1001, 1002, 1003. What the fuck? How come? Budget cuts? Are you serious? You gotta be shitting me. A week without Studio A? What am I supposed to do with myself?
Hello everybody and welcome back to Quarantine Quiz Show. I'm your host,
Tyler, what are you doing?
Oh, hey Matt, I didn't think you would
This isn't your show.
I know, but you know, since Studio A isn't happening this week, I just thought,
Oh, dude, nice try. Come on.
come on man, really?
Yeah, get out of here. Go do your own show.
Man, I can't do my own show.
Not my problem. Unbelievable.
Hello folks, welcome to an all new episode of Halftime on the Hudson. I'm your host, Tyler McWiggin, and tonight's gonna be a great show for you guys.
What's going on here, man? I thought Studio A was Monday.
Yeah, well, funny thing is, with Studio A being canceled this week, I thought maybe I could help you guys out with the show.
You know, I appreciate that, but I think we're good. I'm pretty sure we're good, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, sorry about that, but
I guess I'll just head out.
I think that's for the best.
All right. Good luck with your show.
Yep, yeah, thanks. This guy, man.
Alright, can you cut to camera 3?
Yeah.
That'll be a good camera to start.
Tyler, I was gone for 2 minutes. What's going on?
Oh, well, I don't know if you heard about Studio A being canceled. I just thought I'd help out a bit.
We're good here.
Are you sure? 'Cause
Yeah. No, I'm sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Well, let me know if you need any.
We're good. We're set.
Oh.
Bye.
See ya.
Okay, take camera 1.
Oh, sweet. Yes. Pre-recorded from Marist College. This is Studio A.
Welcome to Studio A, MCTV's original variety show, starring Tyler McWiggin, Maggie Roach, and Greer Hazard. Tonight's trending topics panel, Alex Morales and Palmer Nafto. Our special guest, Matt Carpenter, and a musical performance by Sam Doria. Now please welcome your host, Tyler McWiggin.
Well, hello to you all again. We are finally back, much later than usual. And yes, we're still in a pandemic and still wearing masks. So you still can't see this very average looking face. Our winter break was way too long, especially since I was stuck in my house for most of it. But at least I had some good TV to watch while I was searching for my will to live. The Mandalorian had its bombastic Season 2 finale, which made every Star Wars fan's dream come true with the return of Luke Skywalker. Even though his face looked like a robot pretending to be a human, it was still the best thing that has come out of Star Wars since Disney purchased the intellectual property. I can't wait to see how they explain Cara Dune's untimely off-screen death for Season 3. In other Disney Plus news, WandaVision, the first of many Marvel shows set to premiere on the streaming service, has just had its entertaining finale. We'll be discussing the show on our panel, but right now, I just wanted to touch on how the series made me sad. Not because of any of the emotional moments in the finale, but because I was really jealous that Wanda was able to conjure up her own reality for her to live in, where she made the rules. We've been living in a plagued world for over a year now, and it's about time we changed the script. I really don't blame Wanda for enslaving thousands of people to act in her fantasy land and bringing them pain and torture. If I could run away from my problems by creating a staged reality, we'd all be living in a galaxy far, far away right now. I guess these Marvel shows will have to do, though. I mean, honestly, Marvel's cool and all, but it really has nothing on the DC universe. Which brings me to my next topic. What do a cat and mouse have to do with a team of some of the most powerful superheroes? If you guessed absolutely nothing, then you'd be correct. However, on March 8th, someone at HBO Max accidentally uploaded the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League in place of the new Tom and Jerry movie. So when people were trying to put on some shitty movie to shut their kids up, they instead were greeted with Snyder's superhero epic, 10 days before its scheduled release date. Honestly, I don't know how you could f up this bad. You'd think HBO would be more careful to protect one of their most anticipated movies. Whether this was intentional or not, I have no idea. If it was an accident, then someone's definitely getting fired. And if it was intentional, then I guess you could call this promotion for the film. I don't know how dumbass kids who would want to watch a cartoon cat and mouse try to murder each other while Chloe Moretz curses her agent would have any interest in the R-rated Snyder cut. Well, if you did get to see some of Zack Snyder's Justice League, I envy you. And if you had to sit through Tom and Jerry with your kids, I pity you. We have a great show for you guys. Our special guest tonight is the host of Quarantine Quiz Show, Matt Carpenter. We also have Alex and Palmer on the panel. Our new segment in which we review the movie Soul with yours truly, and so much more. Unfortunately, Abby and Val ditched us this semester, so they will not be doing the bi-weekly news report for the rest of the season. But don't worry, we have a couple new segments for you guys, so stay tuned. Tonight, our special guest is the producer and host of a new show here at MCTV called Quarantine Quiz Show. Please welcome Matt Carpenter.
Come on, Tyler.
How's it going, Matt?
Glad to be here.
Awesome. I'm sorry I crashed your show the other day, Matt.
It's whatever, it happens.
Yeah, I apologies. I'm just glad that Studio A is back now. Well, to start off this interview, I'm just gonna ask you some questions. The first of which are, what is Quarantine Quiz Show, for those that don't know?
Yeah, so Quarantine Quiz Show, for those that don't know, can go check it out at the same channel they find Studio A on. But Quarantine Quiz Show is a virtual quiz game show that we run here through MCTV. We ask contestants questions from 6 categories. They compete for points, and ultimately they don't win a prize except pride and the title.
I've actually won an episode before, so
Yeah.
it's pretty good. I have some
Don't.
pride. What inspired you to produce this show?
So I've been watching a lot of Jeopardy, especially at when the pandemic started, and I saw a lot of these Zoom shows going on. You got like John Krasinski's Some Good News, Josh Gad's Reunited Apart. You know, people are using Zoom as kind of this medium. And I thought it'd be kind of a cool idea to do, a game show based on, using that kind of platform. And it was something I wanted to do kind of at the end of the school year during the summer, and I just never got around to it. When I came to MCTV, I heard that they were looking for more shows and figured it was like the right resources to use it, and here we are.
So, Matt, what was it like coming up with the rules for the game? What was your process like?
Yeah, so it started actually at the end of high school after our lockdown. A lot of our senior events were canceled. So what I did is I ran through the school a big virtual trivia night. We had 3 trivia nights, and it was like a big Google Meet, and ran like a trivia Kahoot. And in making those, we needed categories for questions, and so I pulled those mostly from Trivial Pursuit. Just kind of used the same categories. It was something that was predetermined. It was already there. So that's kind of the basis for then when I decided I wanted to do something pre-recorded. It's like, okay, I can use this format and take these categories. But then I figured, okay, we need some sort of point system and rounds. And so that's where kind of the idea of like the Family Feud-esque, you ask one person a question at a time, and then the next person can steal it. That came into play. And then I kind of pulled from Jeopardy for the end there, the wager round. I mean, you've been on the show, but we do kind of a 3-stage wager round. Instead of Jeopardy does their one final Jeopardy, We kind of do that 3 times over, but it's just kind of everything here and there from pre-existing trivia board games and game shows.
Well, awesome. It sounds like a really fun time. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of people just like waiting to become contestants after this interview is released.
Lined up.
Which leads me to my next question. How does one become a contestant on Quarantine Quiz Show?
Great transition and a great question. You can DM me on Instagram at mcarpenter7902 or the MCTV account at MCTVMarist. Either one, you send us a message, you reach out to us. You don't have to be an MCTV member. You just reach out to one of us and we'll get you on. Any Red Fox that wants to be on, we're happy to have you.
Awesome. All right. Final question. When is Quarantine Quiz Show recorded?
We record every other Tuesday here in Studio A. No desk, no chair. We just get our little table in. I set my computer up and I talk to my contestants on my Zoom call, and that's how it goes.
Awesome. Well, sounds like a great time. Matt, thank you so much for coming over here tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. It's been a great time, and thank you for being an awesome contestant.
Thank you for being an awesome guest. All right, everyone. That concludes my fabulous interview with the one and only Matt Carpenter. Stay tuned for more goodness to come.
My name is Greer Hazard.
And my name is Palmer Naptel. Here are tonight's top stories.
News you can trust.
A Maltese cruise ship containing 1,500 people, it has been discovered that 12 crew members have been diagnosed with the coronavirus.
Administering the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, the site was set to run from March 5th to March 10th.
Bi-weekly coverage.
Just this morning, Tropical Storm Sally was declared a hurricane.
Motorola has shared that their newest phone, yet to be released, can fold up to 100 times per day.
The reality show, which played for 20 seasons on VH1, is what shot the Kardashian family into mega stardom.
New episodes on the MCTV HD YouTube channel.
Joining us tonight to talk all things trending, we have Palmer Naptel and Alex Morales. Welcome, guys. Well, so there's been some major tea spilled in the Royal Palace in England. Hopefully, they clean that spill up soon. Also, on an unrelated note, there's been some major controversy with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry in their recent interview with Oprah. In the interview, Meghan revealed that the royal family has made racist remarks towards her and her son Archie, and refused to give Archie a title or royal protection. Have you seen the interview, guys, and what are your thoughts?
Personally, I have not yet seen the interview, but I have been kind of half following the Meghan story for about I guess since she got married to Harry. I know that there's been some accusations that she doesn't have the best relationship with the royal family in the past. I also know there's a really big deal where she also has a pretty terrible relationship with the press in the UK, specifically the tabloids, which are infamous for being way more harsh and bizarre and intrusive than even tabloids are in the United States. She's also accused the several outlets like the Daily Mail and the Sun of character assassination, and they sometimes cover her with really pretty impressive, I'd say, double standards that seem to be applied for her for no other reason than, I guess, her being half black. I know I had like a bookmarked page that I could pull up with like a bunch of specific examples. Like there was one where Kate Middleton was pregnant and her husband like gave her an avocado or some stuff or some crap as a gift. And the following article after that was talking about how avocado is beneficial for your health. And then later, like 6 months later, Meghan Markle was snapped by the paparazzi eating some avocado. And the following article title from the Daily Mail, I think, was all about how avocados are linked to like cartels in Mexico that are linked to human rights abuses and murders, and how they're like the way that they're grown is going to wreck the planet.
Wow. What do you think, Palmer?
I too haven't seen the interview myself, but have been somewhat following the story. I hear that with Harry, him and his dad have had a really bad miscommunication with each other, that they're not getting each other to understand. I couldn't tell you what. Not that any of us know what goes on in the royal family, but for a long time they weren't on speaking terms. And I know they were talking about how they were like cut off financially from the royal family. How it was, it's funny to think about like royal people losing all their money. Well, like you're the richest people in the world, and I mean they probably still had millions, but plus she's an actress. But besides that, I know his relationship with the Queen is great. He even talked to her about everything that had been going on, and she had been really understanding. But it's just the other members in the royal family, maybe someone spreading rumors, because I know there was some rumor in the media saying that she yelled at she just treated the staff really poorly. But as Alex was saying before, the media just like really portrayed her as this not great person, when I mean, she's Meghan Markle. She's a very nice person. Not that I've ever met her, but exactly.
Well, like both of you, I also have not seen the actual Oprah interview. I probably should have, but I kind of ran out of time in preparation for this episode. I did see kind of other people talk about it, though. And from what I've gathered, it seems like this kind of whole thing really just spawned from like the fact that Prince Harry, like, he knew he was like never gonna move up in the royal family. He knew he was never gonna be king, because like that would have been given to his older brother, I believe Prince Andrew is his name, and so he's something like that. I don't know. I forget all their names.
But is there any sort of way I can share my screen so I can show you some of the like wacky stuff that's been published like about her? Like there's some pretty out there like ways that they treat her. I don't know if can I do that? Hang on.
I don't know if we have time for that right now.
Okay, I guess it's
but
all
what I was gonna say is I've seen like a bunch of stuff said about her. What I was gonna say is he was just kind of like, he didn't care. He was just gonna party around. He was gonna marry whoever he wanted. He found some actress that he fell in love with, and that was
a young bachelor.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't even know that Meghan Markle was black until like this controversy came out. Because like, she just looks. I just thought she was really tan.
Well, she's half black. I guess it's in her family line.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, she's half black. All right. Well, we got to wrap it up. We got to wrap up this topic now. I guess I'm just glad to welcome them to the U.S. now, because they said F you to the royal family. I always thought the royal family was like a glorified version of the Kardashians. I never really gave a shit about them. But that wraps it up. Next up, we have our crib segment. This week, Greer Hazard will give us a tour of her dorm room in my favorite freshman dorm, Champ. Let's take a look.
Yo, Greer, wake up. You're gonna miss your MCTV shoot.
What?
You gotta get up. It's already 7:30.
Oh, Welcome to MCTV Cribs. Today we're checking out room 312. In my unbiased opinion, I think it's a pretty cool room. Let's go. Welcome to 312. So I guess we're starting with our lovely closets of clothes and shoes. You know, I have all my makeup here. My roommate has all her makeup over there. We have beautiful mirrors that are facing each other. Fun fact, mirrors that face each other are technically portals to the underworld. So, you know, we get haunted by a demon, that's why. Over here I have my lovely tree of jewelry and some blue light glasses, sunglasses. I put these Command strips up for like my wallet and stuff. On my roommate's side, she has a cute tiny pumpkin from like Halloween, I guess. You know, stuff like that. Over here, I have my luxurious bed with a skull pillow and a bunch of things from like the, what is it called? Stuff plush, I think. I have a cool tapestry. I think it's pretty unique because a lot of people have like those mandala things. Mine's just mountains. Also, if you want to live in Champagne, you better be a light sleeper because that stupid fire alarm goes off like, what, every 2 weeks there's one going off. We've had 11 in one semester and there's only 15 weeks in the semester and one of them was at 5 o'clock. So if you're looking to go to Marist, definitely check out Champagne Hall for amazing fire alarms because it's great. On my roommate's side, she has a lot of plants, a Harry Styles shrine going on, some beautiful pictures, a frog named Bernie, you know, all of the good stuff. I guess I could talk about under the bed because no one really talks about under the bed, but there's a lot of storage room. I don't have too much, kind of messy. I have my dance stuff or like athletic clothing, my beautiful hamper. I've got a duffel bag. I've got this laundry tote that has like, you know, Tide Pods and stuff. I have this, like, I don't know, stacker thing. Got really nothing, but it does have popcorn in it, which is pretty cool. And a bunch of other snacks. My roommate has like, I don't know, she got this from the Container Store and I kind of don't want to open it, but she has like a Swiffer under there. Why does she have a Swiffer under there? That's weird. I don't know, man. I only have a vacuum cleaner. On our ceiling, we have these 3 little pom-pom things from Halloween. There's a spider, there's a ghost, there's a bat. Pretty cool.
That was the worst thing.
On our windowsill, we have Biden berry. Very delicious. We've got a cute painted Halloween candle thing. This painted turkey for Thanksgiving, obviously. Oh, you put a little witch hat on here. That's cute. All of her plants, because she's a plant lady and I'm not. I have 2 succulents over here that are kind of dying, but that's okay. We have lights everywhere. I have fairy lights up there. She's got fairy lights up here. Also, her desk caddy is really cool because there's like, what is this? A large coffee cup thing? I feel like I'm invading your space.
You're good.
She's got a cool laptop with stickers. Mine only has the Marist sticker on it. We've got a cool fridge with, I don't even know what's in the fridge right now. What is that?
Iced coffee maker.
Okay, cool. We've got, oh, this is my favorite thing. It's a Halloween bucket full of extra utensils because the dining hall gives us way too many of them and it's just filled to the brim. I might take some home, I don't know. We have another pumpkin. It's cute. And a bird witch, which I love. Wow, my roommate really has a lot more stuff than I do. This is my desk area. It's pretty bougie. I've got a mug filled with some random papers. This is a fox, but it's also lip balm. It's pretty cool. I don't know. I painted this tree. That's a cool thing. It just holds books and stuff. Also on my desk, I have, besides a water bottle, I have this cute little decor thing. It's a little fox. It says feeling foxy. stares at me when I'm doing work. I also have these great cork boards that have nothing but office hours, Roger, and a Grubhub order. That's pretty cool. I have like a spider web still up there from Halloween. We got these cool fairy lights. There's pumpkins. You know, it's a pretty cool room. If you live on the 3rd floor like us, you'll see a beautiful view of trees, people yelling, and Leo Hall and Sheehan Hall. And you can't really see it because it's night out, but insert a clip here of the beautiful daytime view. Also, next to my tapestry, I don't know if you saw this, but I have great pictures of my friends from back home. And soon I'll be adding pictures of my friends from college because that's a good thing. So, if you didn't know, Champagne Hall has like 9 floors. We're on the 3rd. And because we're a freshman dorm, there are noises everywhere throughout the hall and people slamming the bathrooms all the time. But at least when we're sophomores, we get like a whole house to ourselves, which is nice. Or not to ourselves, but like 8 people, which is pretty nice and more exciting than a 2-bedroom room. Overall, I think Champagne Hall is actually pretty great despite the fire alarms. And it's a pretty great freshman dorm. But I have an 8 a.m. tomorrow, so time to go back to sleep. Good night!
All right, welcome back. So, a new Space Jam movie is coming out July 16th, 2021, and they've made a few adjustments from the original. One of the major adjustments was removing the character Pepe Le Pew. The reasoning behind this decision was because Pepe Le Pew's promotion of rape culture. Have you heard about this, guys? And what are your thoughts about this decision and the new Space Jam movie in general? Before you guys start, I just want to say, I don't know who asked for this new Space Jam movie. I'm not the biggest fan of Space Jam, but I think making a sequel would just ruin it. But what do you guys think?
It makes a lot of sense that that they're not putting him in because he wasn't in the most recent Looney Tunes series, which is also on HBO Max.
Oh.
Let's be honest. We all grew up. Well, not we all grew up, but at least I grew up with Looney Tunes, and I've known all my life what the hell Pepe Le Pew has been doing because it's being shown on the television. Dave Chappelle had a whole skit about this. We all knew. We all knew. It's great because he's just telling you what you saw. And I can understand it. I totally understand it. It's just more surprising that it hasn't been done sooner.
I know, right?
Like it's weird to complain about it now. I mean, you don't really. What's he gonna do in the Space Jam movie, anyways? He's not a major part in. He's a big name, but he's not a big character in the Looney Tunes series.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was on the team in the original movie.
He was. He wasn't incredibly valuable, though. I believe someone actually made like an analysis of how many points all the tunes scored, and Pepe had the fewest. He had 2. So he wasn't MVP for one. So they booted it on. They booted him off the team. He was only going to be in one scene in the sequel. So I will say I don't know if I agree with the idea that Pepe Le Pew. He's not. I hope it's not like a total ban from being in any Looney Tunes stuff going forward, because I think that there's stuff that can be done with the character that's funny or informative. I think I think most people understand from watching the cartoons you're not supposed to be like Pepe Le Pew. He usually gets his comeuppance in multiple ways per episode. The specific scene he was in, I read some articles describing it. It seemed like a little weird. It was like LeBron James trying to teach Pepe Le Pew about consent, and that just sounds weird. So
Yeah, it
I
would
can
have been
understand
weird.
maybe why that specific instance they decided not to include in the movie.
Yeah,
Oh.
Pepe was gonna mention that. I don't know what the cat's name was that he always was like trying to rape, but like he was gonna mention in the movie that she filed a restraining order against him, and then like LeBron James was gonna be like, you can't touch women without consent. I feel like that would have been too on the nose. Like I feel like it would have just been a little weird.
It seems like the entire movie is going to be too on the nose.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they should ban the character entirely. I think they should just because he's not a real person. He's a cartoon. So like you can just change him so that he's not a rapist anymore. Like he doesn't sexually assault like that poor cat anymore. Like they could just make him. They could send him to rehab or something. I don't know.
He simps over girls.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to be so physical about it.
Exactly.
Just a little bit more restraint.
Just make him a simp. Don't make him a rapist. He's.
I
don't think they've even made a cartoon where he's with the cat since like the 90s at least. The last I remember seeing him was like that Looney Tunes show on Cartoon Network a couple of years ago. I don't think that the cat's in that.
All the clips I've seen of him being like a weirdo are like really old. There haven't been any like recent clips of him just being like all touchy on women.
Really?
Like, I don't think so. Yeah.
He's like a Madeleine. I love you. I love you. Mi amor.
I kiss you.
And she is creeped out.
Yeah,
She's creeped out. She looks so uncomfortable. It thinking about it now, it's so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But
did you see the one where he pretends to kill himself to get her to like come to him or something?
I believe it.
Yeah. He takes a gun and he walks off screen and you hear the gun go off and she's like, oh my gosh, she runs out and he's like, okay. He goes, lucky for you, I missed. Yeah, well, looks like we got to wrap this up now. To sum it up, I'm in favor of him being out of the movie. I think that character needs a dramatic, reboot, change. But we'll just have to see what they do with him in the future. All right, now let's join Maggie this week for the MCTV Game Show Spectacular.
Hey everybody, it's Maggie, your host of MCTV's Game Show Spectacular. Today I'm at home and I'm very stressed. I don't know why. It's not like there's anything going on in the world. But one of the ways I deal with my stress is by playing games. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a fortune teller. But with a little twist. This one's haunted and gives you positive affirmations every morning. It's become a huge part of my daily routine and I can't wait to show you guys how it's done. Okay, so you start with a square, and then you fold that square a whole lot of ways. It sort of matters what you're doing, but also just go with the flow. That's all. The whole thing about paper folding is you just chill. You don't need patience. You just need the vision. So you're just folding this a whole lot of ways over and over until you have a bunch of triangles and then you make it a rectangle again. So once you have a rectangle again, you make it a rectangle the other way. I don't really know what that means, but that's the way it goes. Okay, so next you're going to take those triangles and you're going to make more triangles in the shape of a square. After that, you're going to turn it around and do the same thing. It will look right at the end, I'm sure. Bam! You have a fortune teller. Now leave it blank and put it next to the most haunted object you own overnight. Bam! There you go. Now I'm going to go to the woods. Okay, so I'm here at an undisclosed location in the woods. So we're going to do our little fortune teller. Come close. Okay, so I'm going to pick green because I know how to spell that. G-R-E-E-N. Okay, I'm going to pick 5. That's weird. it didn't say anything, so let's just try it again. This time I'm going to do white because I know how to spell that too. W-H-I-T-E. Okay, so I'm going to pick 8 this time. That one just says run. I'm just going to try it one more time. Okay, blue. B-L-U-E. Okay, let's do... Did I do last time? Okay, we're gonna do 3. So that says stay far away from water. So, you know, I think I'm gonna have to leave. So, thanks for watching. See you guys next week. Bye.
And we're back. This is the panel topic we've all been waiting for. Let's talk about WandaVision. If you haven't seen the finale yet, you might want to skip to this time code because we're going to be talking about some spoilers. Even though they said it was Agatha all along, it was actually Wanda all along, who was enslaving everybody in Westview, New Jersey. We find out that the Vision we've been watching, as well as Wanda's children, were all fake. Plus, with the revelation that Wanda is truly the Scarlet Witch, her future in the MCU looks to have some exciting turns up ahead. Palmer and Alex, what did you guys think of WandaVision as a whole?
Let's see. I thought the series was pretty interesting following along. There were a lot of people theorizing all along what was gonna happen with it. At some point, I think maybe because of the weekly release schedule, maybe people were reading too much into what was happening per episode, so they came up with theories about what would happen that were probably too grandiose for one TV show, and inevitably got disappointed when they didn't happen. Like, it didn't turn out that we didn't see Magneto end up being Wanda's dad like he is in the comics. So we didn't see the X-Men except for Quicksilver, but it turned out that he wasn't really Quicksilver. He was, well, I guess it's really complicated. He looked like he was the Quicksilver from the X-Men movies, but he wasn't. He was just some dude who had a necklace on, and he's probably never going to actually be in the Marvel movies proper. I know a lot of people read into a lot of that and were excited for that, but otherwise I think this show was pretty solid. Maybe fizzled a bit towards the end. For a quick amendment, I don't think that Wanda's kids necessarily are fake, because in the post-credit scene you hear them screaming while she's like reading that book that's like the evil book, which means they're probably going to show up in another Marvel project. We know that Wanda's going to be in the next Doctor Strange movie, and it looks like she's probably going to be like the main antagonist or someone who's causing a lot of trouble somehow that has to be addressed in the movie. So
I hope she's the main antagonist. That would be really cool.
That would be sick. The best thing that came out of this this whole series was the costume. The costume is so cool, and it is so what Elizabeth Olsen deserves. Her character Wanda has become such a fan favorite for everyone. It's so satisfying to the audience to have such an awesome costume, and like the little hidden features about it too, with like the space where it looks like there should be a Mind Stone in there for Vision.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Really? I saw it on some Instagram posts. So that's cool. You know, the little things. But that incredible, and you get the Vision and White Vision confrontation, which happened in the comic books as well. The same exact theory about the ship of Theseus was said straight from the book. They stayed very true to the comics.
That's awesome. I loved that scene.
There's not a lot of moments where the Marvel movies usually directly base themselves off the comic as much. The closest is maybe some of the Captain America movies, this is one that like pretty directly surprising, I think, since a lot of people didn't know what to expect from this show, like directly translates a lot of these like more obscure comics everyone hasn't read into like a wider medium. So that's pretty cool. Do you guys do you think that you're gonna enjoy the next Marvel show that's coming out about as much as WandaVision? Do you think it'll be on par, slightly less, Falcon and Winter Soldier? I think it looks like a pretty fun popcorn style thing, but maybe not as like many people deeply analyzing every single bit of it, looking for lore or whatever as much as WandaVision.
It's going to be a lot more straightforward, and apparently Anthony Mackie totally just steals the show. And I hope by the end of the season they decide who the next Captain America is going to be, who is looking like it's going to be Falcon.
That'd be cool. I'm hoping by the end of that show we get like a new costume for Falcon where he's like in the Captain America outfit. That'd be really cool.
And who's that other Captain America type guy in the trailers?
I don't know, some faker.
I read too many comics. I know who that is, but that might be a spoiler, so I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah. I think I heard about that too, but all right, we got to wrap this segment up now. It's looking very exciting for the MCU. I'm really looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier, which actually comes out this week. All right. Unfortunately, it looks like we're out of time. Thanks a bunch, Palmer and Alex, for hopping on the panel this week. More to come when we come back.
Hey guys, I'm Chris. I thought I'd drop in and introduce you to a new segment on Studio A. It's called The Walk Around, where we walk around and ask you important and pressing questions. Like, did Britney go too far in 2008? Personally, I think the balding was a bit much, but you know, to each their own. Just have a look around on Studio A, coming out soon. I'll see you guys then.
Hi, and welcome to a new and possibly temporary segment called Movie Reviews with Tyler. Take a seat and let's talk about movies. Today, I'm going to be talking about Soul. Now, I know that this movie came out a while ago, but I have some very strong opinions on it. Now, this movie was not all bad. The animation was beautiful. It was quite funny at times. The performances were great. But there was just one thing about Soul that ruined the entire movie for me, and that was the ending. The protagonist, Joe, dies right when he gets his big break at being a jazz musician. And what happens when you die? At least according to this movie, you go to the great beyond, which is basically heaven. Except this doesn't happen for Joe. Instead, he's able to cheat his way out of heaven and spends the rest of the film trying to come back to life. Well, after going on his journey and helping this soul called 22 find her purpose in life, something that no one has ever been able to do for thousands of years, Joe finally accepts his fate and makes his way to the great beyond. But wait, in a final twist, the higher beings that run the afterlife, and I think they're called like Jerry, they're all called Jerry or something, they decide to give Joe a second chance at life because he did a good deed. Get the out of here. Why does a literal average Joe get a second chance at life over the billions of innocent people throughout history that have lost their lives too soon? It wasn't even like Joe's death was out of his control. He wasn't paying attention to where he was walking while he was on the phone and got himself killed. But that's okay. The weird line people gave him his life back. Sorry, I just don't believe that. Ever hear of the term Deus Ex Machina? It's a plot device when an unexpected power seemingly coming from God comes and resolves a situation. Well, Soul's ending is literally a Deus Ex Machina. The film's version of a higher power just solves Joe's problem for him. What about all those people who have died in national tragedies? I guess Pixar doesn't think they deserve a second chance. Oh, and for those defending the ending who say, it's a kid's movie, think about the children. The children. They need to learn about the real world. And in the real world, if you die, you die. I loved Soul. all the way up until the end. Thus, I give it a 3 out of 10. That's all the time we have for this segment. We'll be right back after the break. Tonight, our musical guest is MCTV President Sam Doria. After asking her repeatedly to perform on Studio A, she finally agreed. Please enjoy Sam's performance of La Vie en Rose. Quick, roll the clip before she changes her mind.
Hold me close and hold me fast. This magic spell you cast. This is the neon roses. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see the neon roses. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be La Vie en Rose.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for tonight. I want to thank our guest, Matt, our panelists, Palmer and Alex, and Sam for joining us tonight. You can see our show on our YouTube page, MCTV HD, and don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. For Studio A, I'm Tyler McWiggin. Have a good night, everyone.